We got Seoul. Well, we have your guide to Seoul, South Korea.
A city steeped in tradition, as you can tell from this 600-year-old palace behind me.
The best things to do in Seoul and the day trips you'd need to take in this episode of Window Seat.
I think it's a great country. There's incredible things to see. There's a lot of natural beauty.
Welcome to Seoul, South Korea. This is a vibrant city that grabs you the moment you arrive at Incheon Airport. You know you're entering somewhere fantastic. We recommend taking the subway into the city from the airport. It is easy to use and very reliable. Plus, you'll learn to love public transportation here. But once you're in the city and settled in, probably the first thing you'll want to see is one of the crown jewels of Seoul. Gyeongbokgung Palace, built in 1395 for the Joseon dynasty, it's a stunner, complete with royal architecture, guards in traditional hanbok, and mountain views in the background. Time it right and you can catch the changing of the guard ceremony, which is surprisingly theatrical and Instagram-worthy. It takes place right outside Gyeongbokgung Gate at the entry to the palace. It has been rebuilt twice, once after the Japanese invasion and again in the 20th century. Every palace that does this around the world is similar, but everyone has their own flair to it. And this one is really cool. And if you like palaces and ceremonies, you'll love this next spot, Jakugong Palace. This palace was first built in the 16th century and once used as the main palace by the Korean Empire. It's become a major tourist attraction now, in large part to the extravagant royal guard changing ceremony. These occur 3 times a day, and as you can see, with all of this pageantry, it is definitely a show you'll want to take in.
Chungong is to notify the second procedure of the ceremony.
They absolutely go a bit bigger here. Next up is another must visit, the Bukchon Hanok Village. This is just a short walk from the palace, and it's a neighborhood where time stands still. Picture narrow alleys and hundreds of well-preserved hanoks, which are traditional Korean houses. While it's a popular spot, try to visit early in the morning for a quieter, more magical experience. Also know, there is a new curfew to this area to respect the residents.
At 5 p.m. sharp, a voice echoes through the alleys of Bukchon Hanok Village in Seoul's Jongno district. Since last month, the district office has designated parts of Bukchon as a special management zone to reduce noise and congestion.
So be mindful of that when you're looking to visit and trying to map out an itinerary. This is also a great area for cultural experiences. Think calligraphy workshops, tea ceremonies, and traditional cooking classes. It's touristy, clearly, but it's touristy for a reason. Plus, there are local guides nearby to help you navigate. The next stop takes some time to get to, but it is essential for understanding Seoul and nearby tensions. That is the DMZ. Tour companies offer trips to the 38th parallel to see what the demilitarized zone truly is. Now, since 2023, you can't visit the joint security area. You know, those blue buildings you often see on TV?
This building actually straddles the most heavily fortified border in the world. On that side of the table, South Korea. Where I'm standing right now on this side of the table, I'm in North Korea.
We were fortunate to go prior to this and have a video on this experience in the top right-hand screen if you're so inclined.
And in September of that same year, the Soviet Union appointed Kim Il-sung to be the first premier over communist North Korea.
Yes, that is a bit disappointing for those wanting to visit that part, but that doesn't mean you still shouldn't go. This is still a very popular tourist spot, complete with social media ready big DMZ letters to take a picture by. You can still see the train station in Nowhere that was initially built to connect North and South Korea, plus the Dora Observatory, which, if you listen not too closely, you can hear the anti-Western propaganda music and speeches coming from nearby Propaganda City, which you can see from the observatory. built many years ago to entice South Koreans to defect. This whole area is filled with tension, even if it does have a souvenir shop. There are parts of that tension felt in Seoul, and even visible in the hotels and subway stations.
You know, it's a mask in case of emergency mask.
We met an American expat, Carrie Vichwell, in Seoul. She moved here to teach English.
So many of my friends said, I had no idea it was so pretty. There were so many mountains and so many places to see.
And helped give us a better understanding of the area and the tensions.
People talk about it, but I find that in general, South Koreans do not worry as much as it probably is portrayed back home.
But she says it's a place you shouldn't be scared to visit.
You know, I think there's always an element of fear, but for me, it really doesn't play into my day-to-day life. It did not play into my decision to move here, and I have to say, sadly, since moving here, I feel a lot safer than I would back home in America, especially with all the shootings and everything going on.
Okay, back to what to do. Yongdong is Seoul's beauty and fashion mecca. If you're into Korean skincare or cosmetics, prepare your wallet. This place is dangerous, but even if you're not here to shop, it's worth coming to for the street food scene alone. You'll find everything from grilled lobster to cheese to Hotteok, which is sweet pancakes filled with brown sugar and nuts. Come in the evening when the neon signs light up and the energy is just off the charts here. Next up, located on Namsan Mountain, Seoul Tower is one of the best places to take in panoramic views of the city. You can either hike up the forested trails, which we do recommend if the weather's nice, or take the cable cars. Couples love to leave love blocks at the base of the tower, so it's a super romantic spot, but solo travelers, don't worry, the views are just as good if you're here by yourself. Also, if you're here at night, the tower lights up and the city below glows like a tech-fused galaxy. But it will be crowded, as we found out during our visit. Alright, need a breather from the city chaos? Cheong is an urban stream that runs through downtown Seoul. It's clean, quiet, and surprisingly peaceful, especially at night when the bridges light up. It's a favorite date spot for locals, but it's also a great spot for a solo sunset walk. Grab a coffee and stroll a few kilometers. It's an urban escape that doesn't require leaving the city. So Seoul is cut in half by the Han River, and seeing the city from the water offers a whole new perspective. Take a river cruise, especially at sunset, to see Seoul's skyline from a distance. Some cruises even include live music, dinner, or fireworks. Or if you're more into chill picnics, head into Yeouido Hangang Park and rent a mat and some fried chicken. Yes, there are delivery bikes that bring that to the park. Locals love to hang out there on warm evenings. Lastly, Incheon isn't just an airport city. Its Chinatown is colorful and full of delicious eats, and nearby Songdo is a planned smart city with sci-fi vibes. That's it. That's our list. What do you think? We know we missed some places and couldn't remember all the great food spots we hit up, so sorry about that. Let us know your favorites in the comments below. And if you could like, share, and subscribe if you're so inclined to help us spread the word on travel and share our ventures all around the world. We're at more than 80 countries trying to hit all 197. We'll be back next week with a new video. In the meantime, please enjoy one of these other episodes from Window Seat.